I think a hard-fought game for 40 minutes by both teams. I think both teams showed why they've had the seasons they've had so far. And, I think it came down to certain plays in the second half. And when you have two teams that are going at it, the game is going to come down to certain plays. And I think there was a couple times where we could have rebounded the ball a little better. They had 2 offensive rebounds at half and ended with 8 in the second half, so a total of 10. And I think that produced some energy and some baskets for them. I thought we missed some good open looks that we normally make, and not that took energy from us, but some of those shots we were assisting a lot of baskets tonight, and we needed to make some of those shots. So to their credit, they're a very, very good ball club. And Coach Jones is doing a phenomenal job, as he always does. And I'd also like just to shout out our athletic department for the environment we had in there tonight. It was just an awesome college environment. I'm sure these guys can attest to it's a fun place to play when Lead is pretty much sold out. So thank you for that to all the fans that came down, and we'll need your support again tomorrow.
Coach, when you look at this game, and there's so many things you can look at, positive, negative. I agree with you, rebounding it really came down to in the second half. But obviously momentum is so important in basketball games. The short time Ryan was out, I believe the run was 7-0, and it was bigger than that because both the crowd left the game, and it just seemed like you take a deep breath and all of a sudden they catch up.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened in the run, but you're right. No matter what the substitutions are, Murph, like the guys in the court have to be ready to compete. And we can miss a shot, and Yale can get 5 in a row, whatever. But the key is we have to continue to execute. We have to continue to do what got us in that position in the game. And not having someone like Ryan out there at certain times, we know we still have to play a certain way. But those runs, I think they had a couple of those runs in the second half. And when a team like that, the way they can defend and the way they can execute on the offensive end, when they have runs, you have to really do some work to catch up from those runs.
Brandon, I just want to ask about that final shot. What was going through your mind as you lined it up?
It's a play that we practice all the time and score. CA got 2 guys on him, and I felt comfortable, and I just let it fly. It didn't go in, but that's not going to change my mindset going into tomorrow. Like Coach said, we are focusing on tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm going to have the same confidence and shoot the same shot. So,
with 9 seconds left on the clock, we'll take that shot a million out of a million times. It was a great shot for us.
Coach, going back to probably the biggest statistic positive on your side, other than people scoring points and everything, team statistic is 6 turnovers against Yale. That was mammoth.
Yeah, we took really good care of the ball against a really solid defensive team. We're talking the 2 top defensive teams in our league going at each other. With 16 assists to those 6 turnovers, right? And we needed 17 or 18 assists. We needed the ball to fall just a couple more times, and I love what Brendan just said. We're ready to shoot that same exact shot tomorrow because we're going to need him to shoot that same shot tomorrow. We're going to need Ryan to shoot those same shots tomorrow.
They only took 6 threes in the second half. Obviously, a game plan was kind of jamming inside that fight. Did it surprise you? What did they do well to get as many points as they did in the paint?
Yeah, they have players that are very productive in the paint. Townsend is incredibly productive in the paint. Mbang, he gets the ball in there with 2 feet and makes good decisions. They hit the offensive glass, which are paint points when you can score off that. So, in a couple different ways. I think we really, really needed to keep them off the glass. I think that was the biggest thing. They're a good team. They're going to score some in the paint. They with the way they play and the way they like to go inside out. But we needed to really keep them off the glass.
Question for Ryan. You had an incredible night out today, but you only went 4 for 8 from the free throw line. What adjustments are you and the team making to make sure you guys kind of come back out? And you're playing Brown tomorrow. Only won by 1 last, so the margin of error is going to be pretty small. Yeah,
it's just kind of especially as a senior guy who I think I could say I feel like I shoot it pretty well. I can't be missing free throws. Someone who's counted on to hit simple free throws. It's just all mental. So I got to be more mentally locked in when I get to that free throw line, no matter how the flow of the game is going.
Getting back to you, Ryan, in the same, I have to support the fact that you shot 2 of those when you didn't even know if you could play defense. And I know you don't want to take excuses, but that had a bearing, I'm sure, on it. And the other thing is Mbang. What was your relationship both growing up in Potomac?
Yeah, I mean, we have the same trainer, so I mean, we work out basically every day. So, a lot of other guys in this league are, I mean, he's obviously one of the best defenders in the league, and he's a guy you really got a game plan around how you're going to attack him and how you're going to, I guess, make your way in the offensive end while he's guarding you. And honestly, my thought process going into the game was really just let it come to me. He was really top blocking me for the most of the game, so I really just tried to let other guys really create for me, and that's what the guys did, and they found me a lot of times, and it worked out a lot. It's just a little bit unfortunate that it didn't come out our way, but a few missed possessions on our defensive end that we gave up some rebounds and lost a little bit of our physicality. But other than that, I mean, I think we have some positive momentum going into tomorrow.
Quick follow, you probably haven't had time to think about it, but how about that move you made on him in the paint? You got a layup.
I thought that was on Seliskar.
I thought it was Mbang.
I thought they switched.
Okay,
I'm not
maybe
sure.
they did.
I was just kind of being patient, looking for someone, and everyone was getting denied. So I don't know. I just played with my pivots like Townsend likes to do. So.
You guys have been pretty good at the back-to-backs, including last week. I mean, is it just different for tomorrow, or is it just the same you did the last few weeks?
I know these guys are going to be ready when they walk into this room tomorrow. They need to take care of their bodies tonight and say hello to their families and give their loved ones some hugs, and but then it's just worrying about tomorrow. We'll dive into some film as the coaches will tonight, both of us and our opponent. But I have very little doubt that they won't be ready to go. They are a player-led group. They're very focused, and they understand the toughness level that we're going to need to bring to the court tomorrow.
How important this game is for us tomorrow.
How did it feel seeing your guys just fight all the way to the final buzzer?
I mean, don't be surprised by what's not surprising, right? So that's who they are, right? They are, like I said, they are literally a player-led team. They don't take possessions off. We had some, not great execution possessions or discipline possessions, and that happens, and missed shots, and that happens, but it wasn't lack of effort, and it won't be ever with this group. It just won't be. So we need to be ready to go tomorrow.
Brandon, on the radio, I said it would be you or Cade that takes the shot, simply because I figured, that Keon Ryan and Edmondson would be bringing the ball up. I had no problem with the shot. I thought it was a good one. Talk about your development. You're as confident inside as you are outside. Talk about that confidence.
I mean, it's just a testament to the hard work I've put in. I was up here all summer for sophomore summer, and Coach and our strength trainer, Michelle, laid out a groundwork for me to follow, and I just stayed true to that, and I'm benefiting from it right now. So all the credit goes to them, but just staying confident. I mean, I have a bunch of guys that have my back regardless of what happens, and having a corner like that can only help you in a multitude of ways, so, yeah.
I mean, going off of confidence, you guys had multiple lead changes with the best team in the Ivy League. How do you think that builds confidence for a possible postseason run?
We've just proved that we can play with the best and what we're capable of. We've proved that we can take care of the ball, like Coach said. We've proved that we can fight back despite being down, despite having controversial calls, whatever it may be. And we just got to keep that in the back of our mind, and as we keep playing these next two games, just have that pride going into both games.
Were you guys dissatisfied with the refereeing today?
Not at all. I thought it was if anything, I thought they really let us play. I thought there was a very physical, but in a good way, good physical game. And I think there was when you allow two good teams to flow and play against each other, that's the way the game should be played.
When the average fan leaves the gym tonight, I think they'll talk about the offensive showcase. The shooting percentages weren't that great. I looked at it as defense being as more key than offense in this game, and taking away plays from big players on the other team. This is for all three of you. Talk about what you thought defense played in this game and how you think the crowd played into that.
Yeah, I think defensively, I think we stuck to the way we wanted to defend them for the most part. I just think the gaps in rebounding in the second half, and you don't say, if we can get that back, because we don't deserve to get it back because they got the rebound, but even on some of those possessions, we defended them really well, right? So when you, and it's tough when you defend a team for 27 seconds and they throw up a tough shot and then they get a rebound and get an easy basket or a foul and they're able to either get foul shots or execute an out-of-bounds play. That stinks, right? So we just allowed that to happen 2 to 3 or 4 more times than we wanted to tonight.
You guys work your phone, social media to get the people to come back tomorrow?
What was that?
Yeah, how do you get these people to come back tomorrow and work? I mean, they got a great game tonight, but.
Yeah, I think I
Social
think
media,
I think the athletic department I think did a great job. Our athletic director, Mike Harry, was in my office yesterday mentioning that they were working on it, and Chris Sloan and his team have done a phenomenal job all year. And I also think these guys, to these guys' credit, they're putting a good product on the floor. We're a fun team to watch and competitive, and it's a great environment in there. It's really not a better way to spend a Friday evening, or tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. So come on back.
You know, Brown just came back and beat Harvard. You know, this is going to be a huge game. What are you guys feeling going into this back-to-back?
Yeah, like I said, we just have to get some rest. We have to be ready to go tomorrow. That's all it is. And it's going to be 2 teams playing hard against each other. I know they're going to come in and play hard against us. I know we're going to play hard against them, and it's just going to come down to execution and discipline.